All right, and welcome back to Wounds Remorse. Um, we have a new player today. Joe Orbick will be taking the place of Steve V for this session. He'll be playing Isaac still, but he will be replacing him for today's session due to technical difficulties. That said, last session, the group left the town of Squallow and headed north past Dwarf's Rock to a mountain near the Barrier Peaks where they were searching out or seeking out the dragon Freemus, who's causing problems to the town and the passageways around it. After making their way to the strange standing stone shrine, they found that there were cultists there that had just recently sacrificed a noble young man, probably to the dragon, and they defeated the cultists on the surface. After much searching, specifically bad searching in regards to some, they were able to find secret entrance into the below. There's a large pit opened up, of course, and they tied some lines across the pit so that if the dragon were to try to escape, it would at least be hindered by those lines. All right, that said, I'm going to go ahead and just migrate you to the map we were on last time, and just let me know what your plans are. Feel free to interact and let me know what's going on.
We also tied some swords to the ropes.
Gotcha.
And I typed something in the Discord about the overlay. Yeah. Oh, should I have to use different browser? Shoot.
You guys go ahead and talk.
We found a door. It seems like it could be the opening over here. We've cleaned up the riffraff here, and we've set our trap. I presume it would be best to start heading down and finishing this up quicker than sooner than later.
Yeah, let's talk about marching order.
Well, of course, the big ones are in front.
That would be my preference too.
Right.
Is that me? I'll go first.
That is what we had hoped.
Directly behind him.
See Chody's character. Where's the door?
I'll roll in third.
Who's second? Is it the cleric or the rogue?
I'll take it. Rogue.
Okay, and then the cleric's in the far back?
Correct.
Yes.
Definitely a little different than I'd anticipated. Bear with me.
I could certainly go up front more if you want. June, my AC is probably higher than yours.
Okay. And real quick, Joe, just so you know, everybody, Andy is playing a female cleric of Stasia, the goddess of the moon. She has been kind of formidable so far. And then Jeremy's playing a human Saryujan rogue who is kind of sketchy and enigmatic, as you'd expect. And Chody is playing a gnome wizard who's a member of the Association of Talna Marine, specifically a researcher of the staff. And basically he's out here, for good reasons, but also for educational reasons, to see if he can't find anything that belongs in museums. You guys descend down. Jun, you're in front, Isaac, you're in front. Jun, you're behind. Then Fomsy, then Ithel. That said, two of the people I just said have dark vision. It becomes completely dark once you guys descend down about 10 or 15 feet into the pillar. What would you guys like to do about light?
So go ahead.
I have dark, so I'm not real worried about it, right?
You have dark vision, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about it.
So someone should light a torch.
I'm asking who. That's all I'm asking.
Not Jeremy. Would
It's back, see?
I'll light a torch. I don't know how I'm gonna light the torch and climb though.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
stairs.
it's stairs. It's stairs down.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's stairs.
Yeah, that's fine. I see what's going on.
All right, and Shodi had returned, by the way. Okay. All right, let me go ahead and migrate you maps. The stairwell continues to descend down. As you saw down the pit had, it was well past all of your sight that you could see. And no one dropped anything in because that would be dumb. But it was dark, well past where you could see. That said, as you descend, Isaac has a torch in one hand, the same hand he's got a shield strapped to, sword in the other. You descend down the stairwell. And I need Isaac and John both to make perception checks as you descend. And how this goes, Joe, just for video purposes, just read off what you rolled.
18.
That's really good. All right. Isaac, with your clear eyes and stern gaze, as you come down to the bottom of the stairwell, you notice that it kind of comes to a landing. But the first thing that you see that makes you kind of stop for a second is there's a tripwire. The tripwire seems to be attached on both sides to wires that go up, and kind of hanging from the ceiling, there appear to be like bones set against each other and weird metal clanging like things, like tins, so that if you were to hit the trip line, it would kind of alert some who are inside to you entering.
Jin, do you think you could disarm this? I point the tripwire out.
I start to look it over.
Okay.
What do I think I can do with it?
You're pretty sure that if everybody was cautious of it, they could step over it. But if you wanted to, you could kind of use your tools and basically cut out the wire so that it can't be activated, so that it will never be caused to move by the wire.
I think that'd be preferable. We can move past it, not trip over it on the way back out if something's still in here.
Another thing too, and I haven't moved you because I'm the worst friend, but what you notice outside of the stairwell is that there's a large pit in the center of the room up ahead, and there's light streaming from above. Not a lot of light, but a little bit that seems to be lighting up the room a little bit. You can also see the shadows of the ropes from above.
Can you describe that one more time?
Sure. You look ahead, you see that there's the tripwire. Beyond the tripwire, you see a pit, like a well. This stonework is well constructed. And you can see the shadows from the ropes that you put up above the pit, kind of descending down, cast down from above.
Okay.
And yeah, it looks like the room is lightly lit by the above light.
Okay, got it.
Can you describe the trap one more time?
Sure. It is a wire across the you can see it's like a darker black line. Do you see it?
Right.
Yeah. It's connected on both sides to strings that go up to the ceiling, which is about 10 feet above you. And on the ceiling, there appear to be like bones and like tins that are set together so that if the tripwire were hit, it would kind of pull on the line and cause them to shake. So if you were to cut the wire at the bottom, it might cause a problem where it like loosens it anyways and does the exact same thing. So you need to use your thieves' tools to kind of break it proper.
Okay.
So it sounds like a crude sound alarm.
So I would want to cut the wire in half and crimp the ends up against the whatever pulleys it's using to go up so that they get caught on the edges and keep the floor clear.
Maybe like roll up something underneath it that would catch it if they fell to the ground.
Basically, for simplicity's sake, Jeremy, if you want to try and deactivate it, it's going to require a dexterity check with proficiency if you're proficient with thieves' tools, which you are, you're a rogue.
Yeah. I got 19.
Okay. You guys watch as he kind of pulls out, his tools and sets up kind of a situation where he's basically crimping and tying the lines so that they're set against their rings instead of being forced or tugged. And then he very carefully cuts the line down the middle, pushing the outer lines to the outside of the wall. This takes about 10, 15 seconds, but he seems to be very precise in his work and very meticulous in keeping everything perfect. Not even like a bead of sweat appears on his brow. He seems like he's a professional. That said, what would you like to do next?
I step back out of the way.
Go ahead and peer into the room.
Okay. As your torchlight kind of spills into the room, you see in the north corner a man kind of disturbed by the firelight. He kind of looks over in your direction, and then you hear a sound, and he kind of looks at you, confused. Doesn't really say anything.
Hail!
He kind of shrugs, and as you say that, he lifts open, kind of opens up his coat. You can see that he's wearing the same attire as the cultist that you defeated up above. And when he does so, you see that he's holding a torch that seems to have been buried underneath his cloak, but it didn't light his cloak of flame. As the torch, lights up, you see the creature next to him is a small. Well, no, not small. It's kind of medium size. Looks like a large mastiff, but instead of being a mammal, it's entirely reptilian and entirely coated in white scales. As he sees you and you see it, it very much appears that there's probably not much room for discourse. Feel free to roll initiative.
Nice. Not nice.
All right, go ahead and assemble that.
Wow.
Looks like we got Fomsy on 20. All right. And we got... Let's see, this asshole's on 6. Good. And the Drake is on... Oh, okay. All right. So it looks like the Drake is held by a leash. From what you can see, Isaac, it looks like the leash is kind of held in one hand, and the cultist is in his other hand is holding the torch. Fomsy, you know something's going on down the steps, but you feel like you're going to have to move inward to be able to see anything as to what's going on. So it's your initiative.
Holding.
Just holding. Okay. So you will delay. All right. So, Joe, it is you're up. And again, the situation is as I've explained it. There do appear to be, just off glance, some weird vents on the south wall, but they don't appear to affect you.
I'm going to walk forward and attack the mastiff.
Okay.
Good call.
Solid.
I was on the initiative board, just a heads up. I didn't have my token selected when I clicked it.
Okay. What did you initially roll? Do you know?
Nothing happened. I got that you attempted to roll something, blah, 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 blah. So no number ever generated.
Okay. We'll just say that you delayed as well.
Just bury me.
Yeah, you can pop into the initiative whenever you want. A delay won't change your initiative order. So no, Joe, you moved up. Go ahead. You hit with that sword. Smash. It looks like it does a pretty solid hit on the Drake. That's who you were attacking, right?
Yes.
But not the strongest of hits. You were late. I replaced you.
I know, I had some internet troubles.
Bummer, man.
Well, we got Joe. I ain't replacing him. Love you.
No, it's
That's
okay.
fine. No, I understand. Shit happens.
You sure, Joe?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You sure?
No, keep going, Joe.
No. Hold on, real quick. If you're sure, then fine. But I'm still putting you in this game. That's still a thing that's happening, even if Steve stays.
Oh, better still. We're fighting a dragon, dude. We need another.
That sounds great.
Okay. So
Steve
Steve,
can play his character because I really don't know what's going on. I'm getting thrown into it, you know.
yeah, I understand,
Check.
and I thank you for jumping in. But I'm gonna up the game count to 5. I feel like I need a Joe Orbick in this game. Are you cool to play 5 to 7 every Friday or every Sunday?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then yeah, you're in.
Yeah.
Just not today. Go play with Kevin. Tell him I'm sorry for stealing you for however long it took you. Steve, hurry up and get in this shit.
We need him now.
Steven, now.
No, we need Joe in the game. We need all 5 against Dragon. He's like, no, you don't.
It's one dragon. We got
It's
this.
just one dragon. You guys have some pretty good stuff set up to get him.
I'm gonna roll with that paladin so that I can jump in wherever I want. I'm just gonna shadow him.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and add your character sheet there, Joe, if you want to start working on him now. However, when this dork Steve gets in here, I'm going to kick you out of the Zoom.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll see you guys.
Awesome, Joe.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Steve, hurry up.
There he is. There he is.
All right, let me go ahead and do some switching, I think. Or no, I think that puts it right back in order. Yeah, it does. Nice.
Can you
You're in the
guys hear me
bottom?
now?
Okay, so what you missed real quick, Steve, they went down. Okay, down the steps. There was a trap.
Yep.
Jun fixed it. Then you saw that there was this weird, like, white drake and a dude. Initiative was rolled. Joe, in the most YOLO of fashions, ran straight towards the drake and attacked it with a sword. But Joe was you, so now you're in melee with a cultist and a dragon. Not
You went after the
dragon, drake.
the dog thingy.
It's
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a drake. It's a
Yeah.
Like a wormling?
no. So drakes are kind of like wingless dragons. Basically, it's like a big dog, but instead of being it's like a lizard lion.
Oh, okay.
That's the best way to describe it. But that was your initiative, and then it would go to Jun, who's taking his initiative now. You moved in. Did you make an attack?
I will now.
All right,
15 to hit.
that'll work.
3.
And you're attacking the drake as well.
Whatever target he swung at as I was running up beside him.
Yep. And go ahead and roll sneak attack damage since he's adjacent. It'll be a D6, your second level.
Is it not set up on here?
It's not.
Do we have any idea if this is Freemus?
This is just a drake. It's a
I
wingless
doubt it's Freeman.
lizard lion. Yeah, you saw Freemus flying in the skies before, and she has seen Freemus breathe ice all over her friends. So, yeah, this isn't
It's
it.
way more massive than this.
All right, the cultist who is holding the lizard or holding the drake's leash and a ever-burning torch kind of lets go of the leash, letting the drake kind of move about, and he reaches down and grabs a scimitar out. As he draws it, he makes an attack, seeing that the Atavian priest is basically an abomination to his evil, unholy ways. He takes a swing at him, and he will hit 21 AC, and that'll do
Check.
4 damage. We can hear you, Chody.
Okay, cool. Is it still pumping?
Mm-hmm. No. No, it's not. I just wanted to... No, it's not. It's not. You're good. All right, that's the cultist. It'll go to Ithel.
Yep, Ithel. I guess I'm trying. Oh, there.
You gotta
we-
go that way and then
So-
down the steps. Yeah.
This way and down this. Where are they? They to the east?
It sounds like they are continuing that way. Yep.
Can I see them from here?
Can you see them from there?
Not really. They're pretty far. Okay.
North.
So I'm trying. 1, 5, 10, 15,
Look north.
20, 25. Oh, look north. Look north. Oh, hell yeah, I can see them. Okay, so I can stay right here, and I will fire at the drake. My crossbow.
All right. As the paladin and Jun are kind of moving around, entangling themselves with the thing, and then the cultist joins the fray. It's this big mess. Your crossbow bolt goes kind of wide as you try to aim not to hit them, and then it goes to the drake. who will straight up just go to town on this paladin. He's going to kind of lean in down, and as he does so, you're expecting him to kind of dive at your leg, so you drop your guard. But his tail whoops over the top of his head. You catch it like with your eye just as it's snapping up and block it with your shield, and then it kind of lunges in at your ankle as you raise your shield up and slams its teeth into your greaves. 20 AC, that'll hit, so you're going to take 6 points of damage from that one. And Jen, you kind of look over to your side and you can see this thing kind of just just lock onto Isaac for a moment. And when Isaac pulls away, it looks like it tore a bit of the metal and a bit of, I believe you're bloodied, right? Steve?
Um,
Half health?
yeah, just about. No, wait, no, I'm a
Okay.
little bit not.
Doesn't seem to have torn into him too much, but it does look like there's a trickle. Jen, you're up.
Do it. Can I take my turn?
Yeah, you were delaying. You could have taken it anytime, just like Jeremy did.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't hear anything. I had to reboot some stuff.
Turkey.
I will cast Firebolt on the dragon.
Okay. That'll hit.
Nice.
Cool. I'm good.
Bolt of flame streaks between Jen and Isaac and hits the drag. And then Jen, you're up.
I delay, hold, whatever. Let the paladin go first.
Okay. Famza, you're up.
I'll go ahead and shoot another Firebolt at the cultist this time.
Okay. That'll miss. Steve, you're up.
All right. Seeing this unholy beast seems to be more of a threat. I'll make an attack against him. So it's 7, 21 AC to hit.
Nice.
That'll work. Yeah.
And then, oh yeah, is Shield of Fate's a bonus action?
It is, if you want to cast it. It looks like that attack when you hit him bloodies him. It looks like he's kind of worse for wear, and like a beast, he kind of cows back a bit from your attack.
Nice.
All right, then. And then I'll be it.
Okay. And then John.
I lay into it with him.
Okay. Swing and a miss.
It's not so good.
You watch, guys, as he kind of spins the blade up and kind of tries to do a fancy stab into him and kind of just pings off of the scale. The cultist will go. Kind of just relentlessly trying to get out of the corner. He charges at Jun, trying to shoulder check him. Go ahead and make a athletics check, Jeremy. Or acrobatics, your choice. Okay. That will fail, so go ahead and push yourself 5 feet back, and he'll kind of move into your space. As you kind of hit the edge there, you can kind of look back behind you and see that you're not too far off from being pushed into the hole. Ithel?
Yeah. Ithel will fire at the cultist.
Okay. Hits.
Okay.
Catches him in the shoulder, and it kind of causes him to like lean back and then lean forward and start to bleed heavily. He looks up at Jun like he's getting ready to bull charge him. It'll go to the Drake, who basically set into the corner is going to just try and kill this paladin. Nope on the tail, and nope on the bite. It kind of slaps the tail at you, spinning around, and then kind of leans in again to try and bite at you. You've caught his technique by now.
Simple-minded beasts.
I'm gonna ready myself to attempt to trip this guy if he tries to rush me again and step to the side.
Sounds good. So you're readying an action to basically push him when he tries to push you, and you're going to try and push him out of the square he's moving into with you, off of the thing.
When he pushes into me, I will step to my left or west on the map and attempt to strip him and shove him into the hole.
So is that a dodge?
Effectively shoving. No, it's not a dodge. Effectively, you're attempting to shove him when he shoves you to counter shove. Got it.
Kind of.
Yeah, I get what's happening. Don't worry, I've got it figured out in my head how it's going to work. Fomsy, the cultist looks like he's ready to be destroyed. The beast in the back has cover against you because of the cultist position.
All right, I'll pop the cultist.
That'll miss. Kind of bounces off of his pauldron. Steve, as stated, cultist looks like he's ready to be dropped, and the beast looks like it's on its last leg, but it could probably take a couple more blows than the cultist.
I'll focus on the beast, keep its attention.
Okay.
16 and then 11.
That'll hurt quite a bit.
Nice job.
All right. It kind of starts like not enjoying what's happening. All right. The cultist will attempt to shove you. So at this point, I need you to make a either athletics or sorry, you're darting aside acrobatics check.
Nice.
Okay.
11.
So you try to move to the side, and he kind of steps into your square. When you try to dodge aside, what this causes him to do, instead of trying to shove you off, he kind of adjusts footing and steps and pushes you diagonally south. So you go here.
Mm.
And because he was successful in the initial pushing, it kind of offsets your footing to counter push him into the hole. Okay? Ithel
will try to take down the cultist.
Okay. Light crossbow. All right. You kind of set the bolt in, pull it back, and then raise it up. Take a shot. It hits him across the neck. It doesn't look like a mortal wound, but he seems to kind of like look down at it with like fear and drop to his knees and fall into the ground dead there.
Mm.
Exactly enough hit points.
It doesn't look like. Oh, okay. Okay. Got it.
He didn't think that puny attack was going to kill him, but it totally did.
Got it.
All right. It'll go to the Drake, who will make an attack or two. Let's see. Tail slap hits for 4 damage against Isaac, and bite will miss. All right, Jun, you're up.
You'll slap a dragon.
Okay. Step over the corpse of the cultist and kind of make your way into the hole. Bring that blade to bear. Stab and sneak attack.
15. And that.
You could yeah.
2.
That's just enough. As you kind of reach in and kind of plunge the blade into its neck, it kind of lets out a soft cry as it falls kind of back into the hole, dead. All right.
Yeah.
Congrats. And then just setting the scene again as follows. There's a large pit in the center of the chamber. Shadows from the ropes up above seem to descend down some 100 feet from above ground that you descended down the stairwell. There's a dead cultist. There's a dead drake. And there appear to be vents on the south walls. There's a passageway that leads out on the east, but it seems that there's a staircase down to that passage, about maybe a 5-foot descent.
I'm gonna like to check out the Drake and see if I can see anything special about him.
It's a white drake. Roll an Arcana check.
Jeez. It's actually a koala bear or something. I don't know what it is.
That bad? Okay.
I rolled a 1, by the way.
Okay. You're pretty sure that was the dragon that you saw the other day.
Wow, yeah. He looks smaller up close.
I'm gonna grab this cultist body and drag it back to where it started, so it's a little more out of sight line of the tunnels.
Okay. You guys are just basically putting the corpse backs in the hole, right? Okay. Very good.
I'm looking down this hallway and I see that some of this stonework is more cracked than others, and I point that out to the group.
Okay.
This probably could be another trap, like a pitfall.
I'm gonna investigate the vents first on the south wall, make sure nothing's watching us through those or something else.
Make an investigation check.
25.
No, 25 will get you.
Damn.
So when you start looking into the vents, what you realize is that the vents don't go upwards like you were expecting them to. They actually descend further down into the place. It looks like a small creature could get down through these holes relatively easy if you were to break and pry open the vents, but a medium-sized creature, it may be a bit of a squeeze, but it's doable.
Vamsi?
I was gonna say I could fit down in there.
I know.
Let's check to the east first.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want to, that's cool, but
I would prefer not to die right off the bat, so let's go ahead and check the east first.
I'll begin trap checking the tunnel.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an investigation or perception check, your choice.
Six.
Okay. Doesn't appear to be trapped, but you do notice the very noticeable thing that's been pointed out by the elf, and that's obvious on the stone there. It looks like there are kind of just breaks in the stone, kind of towards the middle there, and you're not sure what that could mean. It definitely looks like it might prove deadly if you were to walk on it.
Anybody see any boards or anything we can lay over these?
Can we search around? Are there any boards or anything, John?
So the chamber, as has been shown and described to you, there's a pit. There's a broken passageway that the beast and the guy were kind of standing in. There's 4 vents that can be broken open and apparently descended down. Easier for smaller creatures, not so much for larger creatures. And the hallway, as you can see it looks like the stonework kind of in the middle there. It looks like it's kind of broken a bit. It doesn't look like it's, it looks like it's just not as strong as the rest of the stone.
can we, I'm sorry, up to the north where the cultist and the drake were, there are some stones. Can we pick up a big stone and throw it into this area to see what happens?
So the
Maybe one of our strong people, yeah.
The rubble in that area, the stones are only about maybe melon-sized, if not,
okay.
They're not very big. It looks like they're kind of bricks that have been kind of broken a bit in some sort of cave-in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start looking above the cracked stone to make sure it's not something slamming down.
Good idea. There doesn't appear to be anything there, but I'll keep that in mind for next adventure. So, good idea.
Mario style.
Yeah.
Checking the sides of the walls, do we see anything?
Okay, go ahead, and if you haven't already made an investigation check, pick one more nominee to be. Okay, I guess you're going for it.
Sorry, I did. My bad.
It's perfectly
cool.
fine.
You got it.
I nominate
That's good.
him.
I didn't even notice that you guys had actually moved to that position. I apologize. That's a failing on my part. But you guys did move up to the cracks to investigate them closely. When you did so, not having seen the pressure plates that you're stepping on, the holes in the wall that you just noticed as you're getting to that point shoot out spears. The 2 of you.
Shit.
It looks safe.
One second.
Dexterity saving?
Are you talking, John?
One second.
Okay.
Are these magical spears?
Oh,
See ya. Have a good week.
Jun and Vomzy both are hit.
Okay.
You're taking 6 damage apiece.
No saving throw?
No saving throw. It's an attack roll, guy. After they eject from the wall, they eject fully in and kind of almost touch towards the center of the chamber and then kind of retreat back to that position. The sound that you heard was very loud, and as you hear it and kind of are recovering from the bleeding or cuts that you've sustained, you hear that there seems to be footfall and sounds of people talking across the hall further in. For those of you who have dark vision, you should be able to see that the stone gives way to a wooden kind of floor.
Yes.
It sounds like steps are being ascended as you guys stand there.
Those without dark vision can also see those wooden steps.
Very good. The light does extend that far. Good.
How many footfalls do we hear? Many?
Okay, so each person's going to get one question, and Andy, we're going to set that as yours. Your
Okay.
question is how many footfalls? Make a perception check.
Yep.
Chris, as this is happening, you get one thing that you can do, and what's the thing? Andy, the answer to your question is 3. 3 sets of footfalls.
Excellent.
Chris, what is your question?
He looks like he stepped away from his chair.
All right, then we'll go ahead and move to Steve. Steve, what are you doing in regards? You see this is going down, one action effectively to do a thing.
The spears like went back into the wall, right? They kind of came like
Not all the way.
extended and retract.
They didn't go all the way back
No.
in. They came out and then they kind of like retracted back to about halfway. It doesn't look like they reset.
Is there enough of a space to get through?
Yes.
Or is it like, okay, I'm just gonna yell at these guys to get back. There's more foul cultists. It's not safe there.
All right. Jeremy, what's Jun gonna do?
He's gonna slap the floor in front of him with his blowing pin and then back up.
Okay, you hit the stone, and the stone doesn't really seem to do anything. Doesn't seem to do anything different. It just seems to be stone.
We'll see in a minute what happens when they cross it.
Okay. Distractions
Good thing
aside.
you're back.
Chris, what are you doing?
You said they went back in?
Partially, did not reset.
They popped all the way out and extended to the middle of the hallway. Then they rescinded back about so that they're out like maybe a foot or two, so that there's space to move between them now, and they seem to be kind of still set. They haven't reset.
Okay, well, I'm going to stay there and let our group pass by then.
There are sounds of people coming up the way that you were headed.
Oh, okay.
Three people. 3 foot.
Isaac said, "Get back! There are more coming. Foul cultists
okay.
coming."
Then I'll do as he's told.
Okay. As you guys see the breach in the light, you see 3 individuals kind of come up into view. And as kind of a surprise, since you're kind of catching them in dim light, you hear the sounds as follows. And he points, or she points at you, and this kind of bolt of energy darts straight at you. I would say it would go against Isaac as the most noted. And that shit misses. You get your shield up just in time. You, Fonzie, recognize the spell. A bolt of fire is jettisoned out of her fingertip and sent on to Isaac, who readies his shield up. It looks like...
Wait, what did they say? It was some crazy language?
It sounded like Draconic. Yeah. So Fonzie probably doesn't use Draconic as his spell words. But these people seem
Ithel
to be...
knows Draconic.
So basically it was the casting words for Firebolt.
Okay.
All right. Initiative again.
We're doing this thing. How hurt is your character, Steve?
It's hurt enough, but worry not. His
We each
blessed
have
body
okay.
is not quite ravaged.
Oh,
But maybe it will be soon.
Ithel, one more thing. In Draconic, you hear her say, after firing the bolt, like in a hushed kind of whisper, she says, "Ready your bolts. Have them come to us."
Ah. I would say that. I would whisper to the group. They're trying to draw us to them. Stay here. Hold fast.
Ah, the ranged weapon gambit. All right.
Can we light that wood on fire? That would be pretty awesome.
That's the plan.
Do that, Fomsy.
Yep, that's the first thing I thought. I was like,
Throw
that's
some
good.
oil on it and light that shit on fire.
Okay,
My
Jen,
firebolt should do it.
I believe your dexterity is higher than hers, so go ahead and take the first action.
High light crossbow at topmost target.
Okay, there is a cultist and a woman. From what you can see, she has short, dark hair, and she kind of has robes similar to the cultist, but hers are kind of
They're
open and
just
displayed.
they're barely in the light, so I'm just shooting at the thing at the northmost.
Okay, disadvantage, take the shot.
7 to hit with disadvantage.
Miss. It's a wide shot. All right,
Why is it disadvantage?
you're firing into dim light.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing for everybody. Dark vision doesn't give you perfect sight in darkness. It gives you some sight. So if you are just shooting into it, even with dark vision, you're not seeing it perfect.
I'll move out of the way.
Yep. Next up is the mage, who will seeing 3 targets, I think. Hold on. Seeing 2 targets. Yeah, just 2. I'll cast Magic Missile. 2 of them on the fighter and 1 on the wizard.
Good thing I'm not a fighter.
Uh,
Got him.
the paladin, apologies. You're taking 7 points of damage, and Fonzie, you're taking 5. I wish that had rolled different, but because I would have a downed mage right now, or a fighter right now. I mean paladin. I don't even know what you are. Ithel, it's your up. It seems she's some sort of wizard.
It seems she's some sort of wizard. I'm gonna step here. Hold on, sorry. Here. And I will cast Sacred Flame on the caster.
The paladin looks like he's dying. But all right.
I'm not
Wait.
dying. I'm just hurt real
You
bad.
also have a
Don't-
healing potion, right?
Don't worry about it.
Sacred Flame. Take the shot. All right. The bolt of radiance lights up the area for a moment, and you see her struck by the golden light. She doesn't seem to be as wounded as you were expecting, and she kind of has a grimace on her face as the gold light hits her. All right.
Okay, she's going to step back and out of the way.
You would also see that the cultists have crossbows and raise them to bear, and in Draconic you hear, "Kill him!" and the shots fire. First one, 19 hits your armor class. Take 3 points of damage. And the second one will have disadvantage, but even with it, as you fall prone, you take another shot. That's a failed death saving throw. You see Isaac basically thunk as he's falling to the ground. Crossbow bolts jutting out of him. Death saving throw time. It's a good rotation. Go ahead and make a death saving throw. If he rolls a 1, he's dead. Oh, he doesn't roll. He
That
rolls the
is
opposite
so
of that.
sweet.
Oh,
You killed it.
You gain
So
one.
that's auto stabilize?
You gain 1 hit point, and you can take your turn.
Damn right. As I'm falling back, I guess Fonzie's the only person who'd be close enough to hear me, but I fucking whisper, half whisper of him, just like, Octavius, bless this ravaged body. Ugh. And just a small amount of light just kind of swirls around me. And I'm able to kind of get myself.
Oh, you're still
Potion.
You're still-
I'll stand. I'll use half my movement to stand and the other half to move out of line of fire. And then I'll use my action to lay on my hands.
Okay.
And
Dumping it all, or
yeah, dump it all. Give it all.
he's gonna touch himself.
Yeah. So I'll
Okay.
regain. I'll gain 10.
all right, and then it'll go to Fonzie.
I'm going to shoot firebolt
Burn it all.
right here to ignite the walkway on fire.
Okay.
So it'll bring light, so it'll take away the disadvantage for shooters, and hopefully it'll make them scurry up.
Yep, 1 second. Doo-doo-doo. On initial burn, it doesn't seem to be cascading a whole bunch of fire. Basically, it does leave a bit of a burn there and enough light to kind of emanate basically candlelight.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah, it doesn't ignite the whole thing it's not like it's super flammable. It ignites the space that you hit. It does look like it'll spread, but it doesn't look like it's going to spread quickly.
There's some oil on it.
And it does look
I'm
like
gonna-
if somebody
I
steps
can
on it, they tamp
Control
it out.
flame to make it bigger, can't I? Or is that
On
not?
your turn, on your next turn, yeah, it's another action.
Right.
Yep.
So for my movement, I'm gonna move out of the way as well.
But it's certainly enough light that it is now kind of causing them to be seen. John,
Okay.
if you kind of peek around the corner, you can see the situation as it stands now. Still not ideal, but John, Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pop a shot down the hallway and then move out of the way.
Okay, let me know how that goes. I was like, why are you not talking to me?
$15 to hit.
And you're shooting at the mage or the cultists?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm just popping a shot down the hallway.
Okay. We'll go ahead and say it's one of the cultists. And takes 4 damage. Okay. And then are you going to hide or?
I'm just stepping back 1 square diagonally. Next to the cleric.
Okay. Alright, it'll go to it. The mage, who will cast a spell. You hear more draconic words being spoken. Yep. And you hear a sound come from the that area. And it goes to Ithel.
Ithel is. Where does the sound come from? Which area?
The mage.
Okay. Ithel is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right over here, and is going to do this for the paladin.
It'll affect also Fonzie. If you read it,
Beautiful.
you'll note that it only raises you to half your maximum hit point total. So, Fonzie.
Oh no! Oh no! I wasted it.
You sure did. What's your half your maximum hit point total there, Steve?
What's half of my hit point total?
He's
Yeah.
at it already.
I'm at half.
I fucked that up.
Nothing for him. And then Fonzie, you can go ahead and set yourself to half your HP total, and everyone else is fine.
Lame. I'm a bad cleric. Sorry.
Just learning. You'll never forget, though. All right.
All clerics are bad clerics.
You hear the sounds of cultists readying their bows, their light crossbows.
As a action, or a free action, I'm going to speak. If we can, could we possibly take one of these bodies and throw them on the pressure plates to have them go on, and then we can move forward past them?
The spears are not the problem. The problem seems to be the cracked stone. If you guys were to move past that, you're not sure what's going to happen there. If you throw a body on it, you might see something happen, but you're not sure.
Right. Well, I'm just saying we could use these bodies for something.
All right.
So,
Steve, the suggestion of using the cultist body is brought to your attention.
Or the Drake.
And just like lug it onto a cracked stone.
You'd have to lug it over there and throw it onto it. Yeah.
Yeah, and get pin cushioned again.
Well, not.
I don't know if
Yeah. All right, never mind. Don't worry about it.
after. It's a good idea, but for now, I think it's time to return fire. So I'll move up. Oh, they put the. Oh no, the light is gone. I can't see them.
The second you come around the corner, thunk thunk, 2 light crossbows get fired in your direction. Kind of expecting it, you block both of them as they come in. You now have 2 bolts in your shield.
All right. Well, can I just take a shot in the dark? Because I have like a general idea of where they are.
Yeah.
Literal shot in the dark.
You have disadvantage for the shot. Okay.
10.
You kind of raise your crossbow up, take a shot off. It fires into the dark. You hear it hit stone. Fonzie.
Well, I'm just gonna use the rest of my movement to move back.
Okay.
But now I'm good.
What you would see, though, as the crossbow kind of like flickers there, you do see that there's this strange aura kind of present in the darkness. Some sort of arcane magic. You're not sure what it is. Fonzie.
I'm gonna go ahead and shoot firebolt at the mage.
Okay. Again, seeing it with dim light, you'll go ahead and take that shot at disadvantage.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to do magic missile instead.
All 3 at the mage, or are you going to split it?
Yeah, I'm gonna blow her up.
Okay. Throw that 3d4 plus 3.
$13.
Nice.
The first bolt hits her in the shoulder, second bolt hits her in the chest. She seems to be kind of like grinning. In the shadows, you can see her eyes are just filled with fury, but the last one kind of wallops her against the cheek, and she kind of looks back up at you, and you can kind of see the glint of blood just dripping down like from her lips. She's still standing, but she is bloodied. Judd.
I step up and whip a crossbow bolt down the hallway.
All right. And shooting indiscriminately into the darkness. It hits.
Oh yeah.
It hits stone. All right. They'll go to her. She seems to be kind of just waiting, readying. It doesn't sound like anything's coming out from the hold. Ithel.
I think there's reading a bag of chips back there.
Ithel readies an action to fire when one of the enemies comes within sight range.
It's popcorn, actually, but yeah.
It's like
It's
a
popcorn.
sun chips bag.
No, it's popcorn. She eats lots of popcorn. We're not talking about you. What are you talking about? You said you were doing what? Are you grabbing
Readying an action. Yep. So ready in action. If something comes within sight range, she's going to fire at it.
Okay. Cultists seem to be readying their actions.
Screw you.
It's ready for another volleys of crossbows. That's going on.
Yeah, if you step around the corner, you'll get shot by crossbows and possibly something else since the mage readied too.
Well, I'll ray my crossbow, so if they step around this corner, they'll get it.
All right, so it looks like
Thinking.
we're in a good old fashioned standoff. Fonzie.
And good, the bad, and the ugly.
Go down that hole, Fonzie.
I'm good.
You guys just ritual suicide, jump off the cliff.
I mean,
Oh.
I mean the little passageway down in the south.
Right here.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot my firebolt to get us some light down there.
Yep. Perfectly fine. Make an attack roll. Okay, it's good enough to hit an inanimate object. Kind of catch the railing.
And then move back.
Okay. Oh, you moved in. You didn't see them. You're shooting at a diagonal, so you couldn't be seen. Got it. Okay. Jen. Do you come around that corner?
No, just stick the crossbow out.
Okay. You'll be gaining cover, but all 3 of my attacks will be shooting at you. So you have +2 to your armor class for cover. 2 crossbow shots. What's your AC with +2?
17.
Okay, you'll still take 1 of these hits from the crossbows. That'll be a total of 3 points of damage. And then the mage will burn another first level spell slot. You're going to take... looks like 9 points of damage from magic missiles. One bolt kind of goes, off, clatters against the back wall. The other one kind of scratches you across the chest, and 3 bolts kind of snap around the wall and hit you. If you're still standing, you take your shot.
Didn't I already click it?
There it is.
Yeah,
10 misses. Oh, yeah. 10.
As John starts to step back, he takes a knee and just ducks into that corner. He looks bad.
This is where I live now. Is that the second person I've chatted this fucking evening? The dragon mage will yell out in common. She says, it would be easier if you just surrender yourself. We'll make the kills clean and nice. Go ahead and just throw your weapons into the pit as gifts to Freemass. She sounds French-Canadian. Kill her. Did your eyes just fill with rage? Is that what happened? Ithel?
Your eyes did fill with rage. She responds, your cultist and Drake are here with us. Come to them.
I think you misunderstand. Everything dies. Everything is given to the goddess, or to the demon prince of greed. You are a fool. We are not coming out for you. Come. If you wish to continue on, you can do so. If you wish to leave, we will go and we will tell Freemas that you are out in the open, and you will die. Surrender. We will make the kills clean and painless. It does sound like she's ready to throw a spell around that corner, though, if someone comes around it, because she went right before you.
Sure. If she doesn't respond.
Do you do anything besides just ready to Sacred Flame if they come around it?
Oh, yeah, or attack it from range. I've got a crossbow as well, so anything within sight, yeah.
Got it. Cultists seem to be readying their actions as well. You can hear the clicking of crossbows as they're being ready to be fired down down the passageway. Paladin.
What to do?
You're pretty sure that the time that you came around the corner with your shield up, I mean, you didn't do it intentionally, but it was also a good choice. As a DM, I'm being kind here. If you take the dodge action, it means they're less likely to hit you, especially with your high AC. So you could draw out the reactions, allowing your shooters to get in there and squeeze off some shots.
Let's do that. I'll relate that to the group and say I'll draw their fire, and then you guys need to return fire and hopefully make a kill so we can get on the right foot.
All right.
I'll take that. I'll take the dodge action, like get my shield up as best I can, take a very defensive stance.
Okay.
And I'll pop out and I'll yell, I'll taunt them. I'll be like, you're guilty.
Your mama's so ugly, sorry.
You're guilty. The crime is your existence, and the punishment will be death.
As you do so, you kind of get out there and you've got your shield up and you're kind of taking this seriously, but you're not, you're not certain yet. And as you look down the way, you can see that the dragon mage raises her hands up and sweeps them in an arc, one down below her, one up above her head, and you see flames just coalesce around her, and she throws out 3 streaking bolts, screaming bolts of flame straight at you, scorching blasts straight towards you. The second you see that happen, because of the action you took, you drop to a knee, get that shield to cover every single inch of you, and everyone else watches as these bolts of flame hit the shield and just cascade flame all around him. You take no damage, as not a single one of them got over an 18. Then you also hear thunk thunk.
Bro.
You hear thunk thunk. You hear a twang, which sounds like a string breaking, and then you see one of the bolts kind of hit across Isaac's shield, also not damaging it. But it does seem like the shield's a bit warm on your arm as the scorching rays all blasted into it. All right, Solid, you still have movement if you want to advance further or if you want to stay there.
I can squeeze between the spears, right?
Yeah.
That's no problem. Yeah, I'll just meat shield. I'll move up and kind of just keep this defensive stance, and hopefully the group can take my my meat shield and use it properly.
Make a perception check.
13.
With that, it's good enough. You should be able to tell that the stone beneath you, it looks like it could probably carry your weight, but if another person were to jump on there at the same time, 2 people were to cross at once, it might cause the stone to break away. You're pretty sure that one person...
You're talking about this cracked stone, right?
Yeah. It looks like one person moving across it would be fine, but 2 people moving across it at the same time would be problematic.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright. Fomsy, you see the paladin basically become the Holy Knight of Stories, Dragon's Flame hitting against his shield. What would you like to do?
I will actually move out and I'm gonna move there so I'm behind cover and try to do my control flames and spread the fire.
Okay. You're trying to spread it. Let's see. Go ahead and click the spell for me so I just have it for reference. Let's see. Expand the flame 5 feet in one direction. Do you want to spread it northwards or eastwards?
I'm gonna go eastward.
Okay. So the flame seems to be kind of covering that area. The dragon mage kind of looks to it with like a bit of annoyance, and the cultists aren't really focusing on it. They're still kind of focusing downstream. As there's a bit more light, you see the guy in the back. Looks like he broke the light crossbow string and is desperately trying to figure out how he might be able to fix it. All right. John, you are up.
What's a healing potion? It's a D8.
2d4 plus 2.
I do that.
All right. So 9. Get 9 back. All right. It'll go to her. She will... You're still taking the dodge action, by the way. So her attacks against you will be at disadvantage. She is going to cast a spell. And from her hand, she raises it forward. You see like a spectral hand that looks like a fog appear from her hand and like fly straight for you. You kind of let your shield down after all of the explosions, and you bring it back up to catch the hand, this weird spectral, chilly hand. It seems to cause the heat of your shield to cool down a little bit, and you see a little bit of steam actually come off the front of the shield. Ithel.
Ithel will step down to 3, sort of right here maybe.
Okay.
And I can see now well enough with the extra light.
Yes, the light it's got them in it.
So we're gonna go for the caster.
Okay. Thunk. Solid shot. It catches her in the shoulder. She seems to be bleeding profusely, more so than before.
And then we're just gonna step back out of the way.
Okay. All right. It goes to the cultists. One of them has a broken crossbow. He's going to go ahead and try and move forward to kind of get, in your guys' face. Looks like he's taking the dodge action as well, but he doesn't have a shield. He's just kind of hiding behind his scimitar. He drops his crossbow along the way. And then the other one pulls the trigger, firing at the paladin. That'll miss. That shield is trusty as heck. All right, Steve, you're up. You see him. He's pretty close to the cracks. You see the others.
You say he's taking the dodge action, right?
It looks like he's kind of doing the same as you. It looks like he's defending himself, yeah.
Alright, does it give you advantage on saving throws or only on, like...
saving throws against dexterity. So dexterity saving throws, yeah.
Alright, so if I was to run up to this guy and grab him and just try to grapple him, how's that sound?
That sounds, if you want to do that, that's fine.
Yeah, I want to try to grapple him and then kind of use him as a human shield, hopefully.
Okay.
Or at least, there's a little bit of weight.
Yep. Go ahead and make a strength athletics check. I assume you're dropping your crossbow where you stand and then moving forward. Because you still had that in hand.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm going to need both my hands for this, at least.
Right. And you're still technically holding a torch, but it's fine.
Whoa!
You kind of come in.
Oh, he's mine. He's in the full Nelson.
You kind of come in and grab him by the...
He's in the father Nelson. Oh, yeah.
You grab him by the scruff of his head and kind of pull him in low, and then you reach in and grab around his neck, like with your arm, and pull him in close to you and kind of duck in. You have him with your fair arm, and you're using your shield to kind of basically create a double shield action. Dude's body, shield, so you're kind of covering yourself at both ends. And I'll say that he will provide you cover because of this.
And I'm just going to use a free action just to kind of yell at the other two. I'll be like, I have your man. Drop your weapons and face justice, and I will grant you a fair and honest trial.
Okay, Fonzie.
I'm going to go ahead and do firebolt at the caster.
Okay. And it's back again.
It's the chopper.
Get to the chopper! The chopper! You fire the shot.
I don't know what it is, guys.
It misses. I don't know. I don't know what it is either. It's every time you lean forward, though. No.
Is it gone now?
No.
Still there?
Now it's gone. Just stay away from the computer.
Did it come back?
Yes, it did.
Did it go away?
Just stay farther back.
Is it away?
It seems
Is
to
it
be
away?
Yeah, it's gone.
Is that the...
That's weird.
It's some sort of reverberation. So anyways, you missed with your shot. And it goes to John.
I do nothing.
Smart. It goes to the mage. She looks at you, Paladin, and she kind of grins and she says, I don't care about his life. And she'll cast her second level spell. And she'll attack you straight on with all of them.
Oh boy.
So you have cover because
I made a gamble.
You have +2 AC because of the dude's body. And basically any shots that kind of hit in that cover range will hit him instead. 2 shots slam into his body, and you feel his body kind of just breaking apart in your arm and kind of just being ripped apart. And when you look down, you see viscera and just ash just coming out of him. And as you kind of look up after the first 2 shots, the last ray kind of slams into your chest. And you take 11 points of damage.
Oh no. Not
It was
again.
just enough.
You guys watch as the cultist that he was squared with basically evaporates. The lower portion of him evaporates in his arms, and the top portion stays in his arms as he falls to the ground, burning himself. Ithel.
Ithel is going to step forward again and fire at the caster, trying to end this.
With crossbow. Okay, take the shot.
Yep.
That'll miss.
Gosh, damn it.
As it kind of comes in close, though, you see this kind of aura appear around her and deflect the arrow. You recognize it as some sort of spell, mage armor, perhaps.
Just step back then.
Okay. The other cultist loads his crossbow and kind of readies it, and he steps forward. Words are spoken in Draconic, and you hear the priestess say, "If they keep on trying to take our people and hold them for hostage, let's do the same for them." And then you hear the cultist say, "Hey, I'll put a crossbow quarrel right in this guy's head if you do not surrender right now." Steve, death saving throw. You roll another natural 20, sir. I am gonna flip a. No, so you're not dying harder. You're not getting any worse. Fonzie, sounds like if you don't surrender, that guy's gonna shoot Steve.
I'm gonna throw some magic missiles in his face.
Okay. Pop around the corner.
And then 3d4, right? Plus 3?
Yeah.
11.
Okay. He falls down, but he is going to get his reaction before he goes. And
With disadvantage.
I mean, he's shooting at a prone target. It negates itself. So.
Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah. Because he's standing adjacent. I mean, he's just getting a regular shot. But he does miss. It bounces off of his pauldron as he gets tumbled down. John.
Easy.
The sitting session continues.
John clutches his sides. He appears to be in excruciating pain and just leans deep into that corner.
You have a healing potion, June.
You saw him drink it, but he still seems to be wounded. Jeremy, do me a favor and roll me a deception check. Yeah, even to your trained eyes in the middle of combat, unless you take an action to scrutinize him, he looks like he's still wounded.
Okay.
All right. It goes to the dragon mage, and she kind of annoyedly kind of says, "Fine, if I'm going to die, so is he." And she runs over to the body and just slams her quarterstaff down on him. She's going to take the basically coup de grace action just for the death saving throw. So you take a failed death saving throw. Because I can't do enough damage even with a crit to kill you outright. Ithel.
Ithel steps here and casts Healing Word on Paladin.
Okay. As you've blacked out and you can feel the fire kind of burning on you, you feel the light of the sun kind of radiate down on you. And
Don't you mean the moon?
No, you specifically feel the light of the sun, but when you kind of come to, you realize that the word spoken was not the word of Atavius. It was some elvish word, but it seems to have had the same effect.
Wow.
Really shitty. Sorry, that's the best I could do.
Hey, it's enough. This blessed body is
So
always
it's
being ravaged.
Standard action, by the way, Andy. You can take a shot if you like.
Oh, that was... Wait, what? That was a bonus action?
Yeah, you can still fire your crossbow.
Oh, shit. Yeah, let's do that. I'm still learning Cleric.
It's perfectly fine. Healing Word's benefit is range plus bonus action. Cure Wounds benefit is you're doing a lot of healing compared to Healing Word. That shot missed.
Right, so I assume I missed, yeah.
Yeah, she magic armor block. There are no more cultists. It goes to Steve. You're on the ground. You're looking up at her. She knows you're not fooling her. But yeah.
I don't need to fool her. But I can just stand up, right?
You betcha. And draw your sword as you're doing so.
I'm going to stand up and let my shield it's done its job fall off my arm and two-hand my sword and try to cleave her in twain. But we'll see. Right. Oh, God.
You come in, and she kind of spins her staff, which has your blood on it, and catches it. But as it hits, it doesn't seem to cut into the wood of the staff. It seems to catch this weird bluish aura that just appears to block the shot. She seems to have some sort of magic armor. Fonzie. I'm
just gonna firebolt at her.
Take the shot. Yeah.
Woo! 1 damage.
Come around the way, fire a bolt of flame. It kind of hits her on the face again, and she looks at you, and she says, straight at you, she says, "I will peel the flesh from your bones." John.
Tip my Indiana Jones hat at her.
Ding. All right. John, still hanging out?
Oh, no, he, clutching his sides, he takes a knee and he crawls. He gets over here and he takes the shot. 20 to hit.
Nice.
Yay.
There is an ally adjacent, so you do get sneak attack damage.
Nice.
+4.
All right. As you kind of watch Ithel and Fomsey, she seems to be like just filled with rage and ready to go. You see John kind of like, "I'm gonna help out, guys." Comes around and shoots the crossbow bolt. It hits her right in the chest, but like right below the neck, and she just and falls to the ground dead.
Gurgle, gurgle.
Nice.
And not so much longer after that, the flames that were emanated by the firebolt seem to have kind of died down, raging for just a little bit, but seemingly only burning the top layer of the railing. All right.
I help.
That you did. All right. We'll go ahead and start with Andy and move from left to right. What are you guys doing immediately after the fight?
Guess I would want to go and check on Paladin to see if he's okay.
He's definitely seen better days.
Yeah. I'd say I'm fine, but
Have a
I'm
two.
probably saying that through my teeth.
So you have not used one of your healing potion.
No, I have not. I use lay on hands.
Okay. So I have 2, and so whatever you think.
Don't worry about me.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's the answer you're going to get every time.
I know. So I'm gonna take him at his word.
Fair. All right, and then let's go ahead and say next up, Chris. What are you doing after the fight?
I'm gonna go check out the mage and see what she's about.
Got it. Okay. Let's see.
I scream, "Don't forget about the floor."
Okay. She doesn't seem to have anything terribly of interest on her, other than she does have what appears to be a spell pouch with some components therein, and she has a spell book.
I will definitely take the book.
Okay. It's written in the common tongue, but it seems to be like cross-noted in Draconic. So it seems like she's been taking notes in it in Draconic, but she originally got taught magic for whatever reason in the common tongue. Her later spells are written entirely in Draconic. Her earlier spells seem to be written in common. If you want to make an Arcana check, you can kind of decipher what her spells are.
Nope.
I could read.
With a
I
quick
could read Draconic.
with a quick read, you're not able to figure out what the spells you can read are, and you're pretty sure even if he was telling you the translation, at this point you're kind of like dumbfounded. You're like, this seems to be some kind of school I'm not familiar with. I'll need some time for study with this book.
Yep. Okay.
But it does seem to have a plethora of magic spells. Since you guys are kind of looting corpses, sorry, never mind, just the one. Steve, are you checking anybody out, looking for anything? And is everybody just crossing over the rocks without any care or concern?
Well, I let the guys
Okay.
them know, like, don't go more than one at a time, but it looks like they kind of caught on to that. And as I'm kind of getting my, taking a breath after that, I'm kind of look to Fonzie as he's skimming the book to say, "I burn it. It's a book of foul machinations, not fit for someone of the Talnamri, a noble order."
You would kind of look at it after saying that and realize it really is just a spell book. It doesn't
Yeah,
seem
it's
to
an
be.
education.
It doesn't. I mean, again, I understand, but I'm just saying, like, as you say it, you're kind of saying it, and you're like, but it does seem to just be magic.
Yeah, but that thought had it and be gone and all that.
That thought. Fair. All right, Jeremy, you're still in the back room with the dead Drake and the dead other cultist. Do you want to check them out, or?
I'm mostly just standing here contemplating whether or not their armor is better than mine.
They're wearing heavier armor for sure. Yeah. The cultists are actually in scale armor, which is medium. But that guy who's over dead in the corner with the Drake, his cloak looks nicer than yours.
I swap it out.
Okay. As you kind of throw on the cloak, it seems to be kind of like a darker gray, and it has a fastening pin with what looks like a some sort of heraldic symbol. It appears to be 2 chevrons with a diamond underneath. Okay.
Shiny.
Yeah. And it feels nice. In fact, once you get it on and fasten it, it seems to just fit perfectly. All right. Back around to Andy. Are you checking out anybody in specific, or
Is there anyone who hasn't been checked out?
2 cultists in the hallway? But yeah.
Not really, no. Maybe we'd want to go down and look down the hallway this way.
Okay. If you are descending down, you would see that there is a staircase that leads down about 20 feet beneath the wooden balcony that you're standing on.
And it looks like it doubles back underneath the balcony.
From what you can see, yeah. And if you guys are descending down at this point, just go ahead and put yourself on the stone there, and don't move for a second while I do some things.
I catch up with the group, but I have a bit of a limp when I get there.
But nobody searched the cultists at all for any treasures whatsoever?
Oh, if they're walking away from these corpses, I'm looking for coin on my way by.
Sure. You pilfer a good amount of coin. I would say roll a d10 and then roll a d20. So 3 gold pieces and 20 silver pieces from the entirety of the corpses. And you also find on one of the ones that's dead here, they have about maybe 18 crossbow bolts remaining amongst the 2 that had crossbows. And you also find a note.
I attempt to read it.
It's in common. Bear with me here. I just need to find it. Because it seems to have wandered off of my desktop. Somehow. I do not know how. Hold on. Oh, this is annoying.
I can read it while I walk, if that makes things a little easier.
Okay. And go ahead and put yourself down on the base there. I'll do that. It's easier. All right, the world's going to change shape here for a second, so just bear with me, okay?
Oh.
All right, hold on.
No.
There we go. I think that I just need to do dynamic lighting. But when you get down to the bottom there, you would see that there's a passageway that's exiting out of the north wall of this bottom layer of the chamber. You're about 20 feet below the balcony. There seems to be kind of some wood flooring down here on the one side, but it does seem like the only point of exit is that north entrance, or that north side.
Check it out, June.
I slowly limp across the way.
Limp.
Oh, no. Okay, hold on. Well, that's weird.
What?
Just bear with me here for a second.
Okay.
Okay, go nuts. Should be good.
I'll move there and just listen.
Okay. Sounds quiet as the grave.
20 perception.
Yeah, it's quiet as the grave.
I told him I can't hear anything and I don't see anything because I don't have a light.
And a baby.
Oh, I have a torch. I'll take a look.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to continue moving, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, let's do it. Come on, squad.
Go.
Okay.
One of those stones is not like the other. Like, John, you want to come take a look at this? That stone looks like it's got some weird masonry to it.
You have to make a spot for me to stand.
You can occupy our spaces. You can go through.
That one right there.
I will advance cautiously.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely does look like a very obvious pressure plate.
I'm going to rig it. Or look for what it does. I'll investigate it first.
Okay. It appears to be a very obvious pressure plate. If something of any weight of probably greater than 50 pounds were to step on this pressure plate, it would descend down. And for what you can tell, it seems to be an activation point for something that is just beyond your light. You should be able to see it on the south wall.
You got a circle. Right there.
Seems to be some sort of like opening, a door, a small circular doorway that would be opened up by the pressure plate being dropped.
I just lay down on it. Not really. I point it out and tell them to just cautiously step over it.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like it can be stepped over. It does look like it might require a little bit of a hop, though, because it's about 4 feet wide.
It's not a hop. Maybe for the gnome.
I mean, it'll take a running jump if you were a gnome. Or pick him up and just chuck him across.
Yeah, I'm just going to step over this.
Okay, bear with me here for a second, because something super important needs to be read. You said you were reading it, and I haven't gotten it to you. Because I'm looking for it, and I can't find it. So bear with me.
Okay.
It's super important stuff. I don't seem to... That is insane. How do notes just disappear from where you put them?
Magic.
Yeah, apparently.
So just curious, is that sound back or is it gone?
It's back. I'm going to try and wing it. Okay, so the note says, in the crypt of Ashmedea, oh, it was such a good rhyme too. Hold on. I want my stuff to be where it was. Oh, this fucking sucks. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, so it basically says, because I can't find it and I'm really annoyed by this, that the first and third of the guards are always at rest. The rest of the guards are ready eternally. And the eighth of the guards is where his treasure lies, speaking in draconic rule.
I read it out loud to the others.
And I'm going to keep looking for it because, God, it was really good. What I just said was basically a butchering and oversimplification and sad.
So the first and third are always at rest. The rest are eternally what?
The rest are eternally ready.
And the
prepared.
eighth,
Yeah.
the eighth are where his treasure lies, and then I missed the rest.
By draconic rule.
By draconic rule. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a comma after lies? Like I'm trying to understand what that means.
Oh, that whole thing was basically butchered, so don't worry about format. What I would like you to do, if you heard it, you can make a history check.
All right.
Did he read it out loud so we could all hear it?
I did.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, 2 17s on history. There's an 8.
Great. 17.
So, by draconic rule, from what you understand, it's referring to not so much like a rule or law. It's referring to the way it's kind of read. It seems to be referring to like a means of writing by a draconic rule. And draconic is never written forwards or from left to right. It's written right to left. But with that said, you guys can continue forward if you'd like.
Yeah, I hop over this plate.
Okay.
Oh, we hopping.
And I move around the corner.
All right. Around the corner, you would see that there are a series of alcoves that kind of be that are nested in the walls. From what you can tell, it looks like there are some small offerings out in front of the alcoves. And when you kind of approach closer, you would notice that the alcoves actually seem to hold small sarcophaguses or coffins, each with kind of a draconic patterning on it.
How many are there?
As you kind of look, you notice that there are a total of 8.
Oh, snap.
Just like the note.
Yeah, let's not die.
And wait, what did it say about the 8? They're always
Or where
watching?
his treasure lies by draconic rule. The rest are eternally ready. The
Count
first
back.
and
Yeah, we got to count backward. The first and the third one should be safe to step on or in front of. And the 8th one is payday.
Oh my god, I wish I had that.
what is that? What is that?
What is
See
what?
this little thing right here? There's a little thing
We
to
already
the
dis-
right of June.
We already discussed
That's
it.
what gets tripped by the pressure plate.
Okay, got it.
When you get blasted in the face, feel free to step right on that.
I will not do that.
Smart. And Gnome, take a running leap.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
I'll
her to
catch
get
you.
away.
Okay, got it.
Elf, you should probably move around the corner so you don't get shot in the back.
Jump!
Okay. Does everybody have a strength of at least 10?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so you guys get across the, jumping across the obvious pressure plate, and head into this chamber. And as I said, it looks like there's a total of 8 alcoves. It looks like there's a passageway further on, but it looks like the alcoves hold small coffins, stone coffins inside.
I clutch my side and rub my leg.
Okay.
So which one's number 8, guys?
It's any one of the first 2 or the last 2, right?
But there's draconic markings on them. Can anyone like read them? Maybe
Yep.
they're numerical.
Yep. Ithil reads Draconic.
You should see if they're like the markings are any sort of numerical thing.
So I do that.
Okay. It doesn't appear that they're numeric. It just seems to be draconic patternings. It looks like there's dragons that are kind of carved out on the lids of the coffins. There doesn't seem to be any writings. It does look like there are some small offerings in the way of, like, it looks like rotted fruit. And then there's a couple of them that seem to have small wooden boxes that seem to be kind of, it looks like not filled, but looks like some coins have been put in those wooden boxes. Looks like 3 of those such wooden boxes.
Ah,
There's a box in front of the one on your right, immediately on your right. There's a box in front of the one on your left, one down, and then there's a box on the one at the very far end on the right. Just let me know what you're doing. I'm going to keep searching for that document so I can read it to you because it was really cool, but I've given you the gist.
Well, holy folk, what's the plan?
So are we trying to find the 8th one so we can get a bunch of loot?
or where his treasure lies. So does that mean maybe it's a passageway to the dragon's treasure? I doubt it's the treasure itself.
There's also something on the other side of the room. I don't know if that's like the hallway continuing.
Does appear that's the case, yeah.
So when it says the rest are eternally ready, I would think that that means like undead.
You said these little boxes, they have coins in them?
They're offering boxes, yeah.
Correct.
How many coins are in them?
So in the box on the right side, looks like 3 silver, 5 copper. On the box on the left side, or the south side of the map, looks like there's 3 platinum. On the box on the far right side, just kind of looking at it from here, you haven't gotten close enough to see what's in it.
All right, because it looks like there's different amounts of coinage at each one. Maybe that determines the numerical value, except for these two both have 3. I don't know, maybe I'm overanalyzing this.
Perhaps so.
I go to the far box. How many coins are in it?
There is 8 gold pieces, and it looks like a ruby.
So there's 3 coins in one box, 8 coins in a ruby in this box, and 8 coins in that other box.
Yep. Based on what you've seen so far, it doesn't look like there's anything to that. Looks like just random offerings that have been placed.
I tell them to get ready. I walk back over to this first box, and I empty it.
Okay. Yeah, it empties fine. What do you empty it into?
My hand.
Yeah, nothing changes. When you get to that point, though, and kind of like look into the chamber, you do notice that on the back wall of this chamber, up at the top, there appears to be kind of a hole. And kind of looking at it, it kind of looks like there's some kind of draconic writing inside of the hole. The hole seems to be like a flue that goes up and away from you.
I pointed out to the elf.
Okay, Ithil would come and where are you exactly? Oh, there it is. Okay, would come and read it.
That's not at all where he's over back at the Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Sure.
Yeah. So you would note that the flue that I mentioned appears to go up, and you would presume, based on what you see, that this would go up to the holes that were in the main chamber, the ones that were vented off. If you were to climb down them, you would have descended down onto this sarcophagus, onto this coffin. That said, the thing that you see appears to be a draconic numeral, and it appears to be the draconic numeral 1.
Okay, great. So the first and third are always at rest. Are there any of these other places where there's writing like that? If we examine the other areas?
You kind of have to lean into the sarcophagus to look up at it, but if you want to go ahead and do that at other stations, that's fine.
Let's do that over here to the one in the south.
Where? Okay. So,
Yeah, June moves back.
all right.
If that's a 4, then my theories actually might be correct.
Are you trying to do so without touching the sarcophagus or touching anything there? Just trying to
Heck yeah.
Okay. Make a dexterity check.
Sure.
So you guys watch as she kind of leans in and places her hand on the sarcophagus to kind of lean in and see. And when she does so, the sarcophagus lid kind of breaks into a bunch of pieces, and you see bright yellow eyes flare up inside. You also hear the same coming out of the other sarcophagi.
All of them?
The ones that you presume had things in them, yeah.
Oh boy. It's gonna be fun.
Apparently, with little effort, it stands up on its feet and seems to have a weapon ready. Initiative.
Punishing us.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I wanted so bad.
That's not what I wanted.
Everybody good?
Yeah. What are these creatures?
As they stand up, they appear to be some form of just zombie, you think? Or undead.
Okay. Beautiful.
All right. In response to it, you kind of catch yourself and realize that you're the first to act. They have they have long swords equipped. Go ahead. Oh, and shields, and apparently some sort of scale armor. Turn undead. Okay. These creatures appear to be resistant.
What?
But they'll make their saving throws. 2. Let's see. What's 30 feet?
All of it.
All but the last one in the back go around the corner.
Oh, I can't see that one.
I don't think they go around corners. Yeah, see, you're here. Yep, so it'd just be the 3 that you can see. Okay, so one more. All right. The one that is diagonal north of you seems to kind of like tremble, and you hear it drop its sword. But the other 2 seem to not care. John?
John,
Yeah.
Could
it
I take
says
some
each
movement then?
undead can see or hear her, so all of them should be able to hear her.
Okay, within 30 feet.
Could I take some movement then?
So it'll see and hear.
No, it says
Or.
or.
Either or. They still have to have the 30-foot mark.
Yeah, so just the other two. Let me go ahead and get those saves.
Sure.
Actually, the other one, just other one. Yeah, he's good too.
John, could I take some movement then?
Yeah.
So just want to make sure that it is separated by more than 5 feet from me.
Certainly.
Yeah, definitely would want to back away then.
And then John, go ahead.
I'll attempt to shoot the one that's in there, and then I'll be backing up.
Okay.
9 to hit.
It hits it in the chest. It kind of sticks in its scale armor, but it doesn't seem to wound it. All right. Thomsy.
I'm gonna try to do, I guess, firebolt on the one getting out of its grave right there, close.
Okay. You shoot a bolt of fire in, and its shield raises up and blocks it. All right. Steve.
We're going for this guy, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's do that.
Yeah, let's get him. Yeehaw. I hate fucking zombie people. It says right here that I have a hatred of them, so yeah. Hopefully
Deal
this
an
hits.
additional 2 damage to undead. Yep.
Oh, 12.
You come in, it catches your sword with its sword and kind of locks blades with you, kind of grinds in close to you. It seems to have a decent martial prowess, but you can kind of tell that it seems to be moving a bit sluggishly compared to, another person, which makes it even more upsetting, the fact that he was able to block your blade.
I'm gonna put Shield of Faith on myself
Okay.
as well, and
Alright.
bump up to 20 AC.
This guy will kind of like set you back and then bring the blade in to attack you. He will hit. 21 AC. You'll be taking 6 points of damage.
Oh, just enough.
Thud.
God damn it.
The other ones come out into the hallway, and they all raise their shields up and take the dodge action. Or they look like they're ready to defend themselves. And Ithel.
So was not one of them, did one fail?
Yeah, one did fail, so it'll stay in its corner. It was this one, not that one. This one here. And even though I now realize as I do that, you'd already used your channeled divinity for the day on Preserve Life.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, that's only one thing. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm going to be a kind DM since I didn't catch it immediately and let that one continue to be afraid. But it's your out.
Okay. Got it.
Just a nice little added caveat to show that I'm super nice. I'm super.
You're super nice.
Guy. So nice.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna step here and I'm gonna step over my fallen comrade and go ham on this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna take out my silvered short sword that I picked up earlier, and I'm gonna attack with that.
Okay. Swing. Bada, 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 swing.
Ah!
All right. Do me a favor and just roll me a 20-sided dice. Okay. You bat it away. It seems to kind of chint the silver blade. You feel like if it hit the shield a bit differently, it would have actually bent the blade. And then you back away from that position?
I do not. Because I would be in within threat range, right?
You can't stand in Isaac Square.
I can't stand the knights. Oh, I don't want him to attack. Okay.
He doesn't swing when you back away. All right, Jen, you're up. Situation looks dire.
Yeah,
Sure
I'll crossbow
does.
the one directly in front of me.
Okay, straight down the hall. Take the shot. Hits. Seems to work fine. Okay. Next up is Fonzie.
The one that he shot.
Sure. And those ones are taking the dodge action, but that one, those three don't have shields. They don't have their shields on. And the firebolt comes flaring in, kind of ducks aside. Steve, death saving throw. Oh wait, he's dying. You can stand in that square. I'm a dunce.
Oh,
That's one failed death saving throw.
Oh no.
so I can go back in that square.
Yeah, I forgot that he was dying.
So what I would want to do is to try to intercept
Okay.
any attack on him.
Sure. And that's coming now, so perfect. It will attack you with its longsword. Misses. The other two, or other three rather, one will move against Fonzie. The other two will move directly behind you, blocking you in.
Damn it.
And I'm going to go ahead and attack Fonzie. This one's doing so with a two-handed attack. And that'll hit. Yeah, you weak ass AC. That'll do 10 points of damage. Chody.
I'm down.
Okay.
This
The
is really bad, guys.
other two are attacking Ithel in the back. And let's see. Looks like. I just gotta check your AC.
18.
Yeah, it looks like one hits for 5. All right. Ithel, you are up.
Okay, Ithel is going to use her last spell, Healing Word, on our friend the Paladin.
Sounds good. You want to just cure wounds? No, you're gonna attack as well. So healing
I
word's
want to
fine.
attack as well. I want to bring him up.
Okay, so D4 plus your wisdom, plus 2, I think. So it should actually be plus 2.
I didn't have. There's no 2 there, yeah. So
Yeah.
it'd be 7.
Right. And then you're gonna attack one of the ones behind you, or the one that's still in the hole. The two behind you don't have shields. The one in front of you does.
I guess that makes it easy. The one without the shield behind me.
Okay.
Again, I'm using that silver.
Yep. Okay. That'll miss by 1. That's depressing. All right. John, you up. The gnome in front of you is down.
We all going down.
Nah. John withdraws, skips the pressure plate and books.
Okay. Go ahead. Are
Really?
You
For reals?
are you gonna dash?
Yeah, I'm not dying for you guys.
What?
Are you gonna dash, or are you just gonna go
No.
normal?
I'll dash, but keeping my hand on the wall.
Okay. Fonzie, death saving throw.
Nice.
Pretty good. All right, Steve, you're up with 7 hit points. You are underneath underneath Ithel, actually.
Drink that healing potion, dude. Bonus action.
No,
Should we-
action.
That's it's an action?
Yep.
Should we get out of it? Like disengage? Get
Yeah.
out of here?
I think we need to. We're overpowered here. One of our people left.
The two of you are currently in a position that withdrawal is not really an option. Because of the nature of the stone wall around you, there is no position for you to move out of the square that you're in. There's no position for him to stand up from the square that he's in. The way you guys have allowed yourself to be put in there, your only option is to fight. You are stuck.
How about shove?
You can shove him out of the way. That is an option.
Shove
Yeah.
behind, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to use my action to shove him.
Okay, and I'll allow
Make
that as
some
a
space.
part of you standing up. So go ahead and make your athletics check.
Okay.
Okay, you actually catch him in such a way that it causes him to fall back, and not only fall back, but fall prone on his back.
All right, and I guess this will be the moment of truth. When I move here, is this guy gonna crump me?
He doesn't swing at you. It looks like his eyes kind of
I mean,
flare.
could I take it? Could I take that hit instead?
It looks like his eyes kind of flare, and it looks like he's slowly trying to react to the action, but it doesn't seem he's doing so. Okay.
He's not fully awake, maybe, right?
You still have 10 feet of movement.
No, I can't really get anywhere else.
Go the other way. You'll only have to get through one. If you go through this one, right? Go through its space.
Oh, you want to try to go? I thought we were trying
Well, I
to
don't
go
know. What I'm saying is,
because our boy Fonzie is also unconscious. We got to save him.
yeah. So you're unfortunately you're going to take three opportunity attacks.
Oh, yeah, and you're also unconscious, so Shield of Faith is no longer active.
Yeah, I'm not concentrating anymore. Well, I got to try to make it to Fonzie, so
Okay.
I guess I'll
Move up
start
to him.
moving that way.
Yep.
I don't think I can make it the whole way.
Yeah, you can actually just get to there, yeah. But again, the other ones kind of look at you and are kind of looking at you like slowly, like they're operationally trying to keep track of you, and it looks like they're preparing to attack, but they aren't going through with the reaction. It's like they can't react to things.
And then I guess as a bonus action, I'll drink. No, you said it's an action to drink healing potion, so I'm done.
In West Marches and also in Bloodright, normal rules are we go the method of Tal Dore. We allow bonus action quaffing, but in this game it is straight D&D rules. We're going balls to the walls in it, so it's action to get it. All right, Steve, solid turn. It goes to them. One of them takes the position of the one that was shoved, bottling Ithilin. And those two will attack Ithil. One with a two-hander, swing and a miss, and one with a single-hander, also a miss. You kind of are just blocking and keeping yourself guarded at this point, having seen the paladin rush off. The other two will turn inwards and face off against Isaac. Swing, swing. These are both two-handers, and both miss. You're basically able to turtle shell yourself up underneath your shield and keep yourself defended. Okay. Jun, you are kind of in pitch black, so just a note moving forward, you won't be able to move at speed.
Right, I put my hands out, one to the left, one to the right, center myself in the hallway since it was only 5 feet wide anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Move along until I hit the corner, turn, and I'm just going to keep continuing slowly until I hit that south wall, knowing the stairs are going to be about 10 feet to my left.
When we get to your turn, we'll go ahead and do perception checks to see how far you move on that. Ithil?
Ithil is going to attack the one to the north of her.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, that'll hit. And that'll kill outright.
So in that case, I'm going to step out and step over.
It seems like the exact perfect hit squared against the creature and caused it to topple down. And when its body fell apart, the just nasty sinew and disgusting flesh seems to have kind of just broken apart. He hit it exactly where it needed to be hit. Almost like it was very, very vulnerable to critical hits.
Mm.
All right. And then you move over. And
yeah, so I can't. Can I move any further, I can't get in within? Can't you get in within the space, right? The creature.
No. Yeah, unless you try to shove, and that's an action.
I can't do that. Yeah.
Jun, go ahead and make a perception check.
I'll also be trying to listen back for what's happening.
Sounds like
We're getting killed is what's
massacre.
happening.
You're able to make it. Let's say. And you're moving with speed, right? You're still dashing effectively. Or are you taking it slow?
No, I'm going to go quicker, but safely, keeping your hand out so I don't go face first into a wall.
So no dashing. You'll basically make it this far. Okay, Fomzy, death saving throw.
That means nothing when the map is black.
Oh, I know. You're
Two successes?
so close to good, my friend. And that's a Pretty good roll. Steve, you're up. It looks like this one in between you and Fomsy is going to be a problem. If you have some sort of spell that would heal it, or heal, I don't know if you have a healing word.
Heal it? Is this Final Fantasy? Undead take damage from heals?
No. I didn't mean that. If you have some sort of spell that would heal Fomsy, I don't know if you have healing word, do?
I have lay on, or no, I don't have Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's only touches him. But I can hopefully smite the fuck out of this guy and get past him.
Sure.
Do it.
Power of sure.
Hit, and are you using the smite?
Well,
Do it.
it's 12. Does he stand after a 12?
Still standing. But again,
Alright,
you can't declare whether smite hits before you know it dies or not. So I'm gonna give you this one, but for moving forward, no bad.
Yeah, smite him.
Do it.
So it should be 3 d8s because he's undead.
That's true.
Nice.
So it's 26 damage.
And unless it's
No, wait,
again.
no, that's 28 damage.
Yeah. You basically hit him again, just like the critical hit seems to have hit him, and he topples. His armor kind of clang against the ground. He's now just a pile in between you and Fomsy. And any space that has a dead body of these guys is difficult terrain. So
Stand over Fomsy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna occupy Fomsy's space and just defend him, defend his body.
All right. It goes to them. The one that was in the hold will kind of pop out. These two will basically just go attack Ithel. One is with 2 hands and one is with 1 hand. The 1 hand misses. 19 hits against you with the 2 hand.
Yes.
You're taking 8 points of damage. 8?
Yes.
Okay. And it's your up.
Ithel is going to oh shit. I'm gonna disengage
Smart.
and go back. Can I go back through and through and through like that?
Yeah, you can disengage and move all the way. Yep.
I'm just trying to see if this is the wrong thing to do. Oh, you'll have you. Yeah, I think that's the good thing. So I'm going to keep on going a little bit. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to jump over here, and you'll be able to pick him up, Steve. Right?
Yeah.
Now, real quick, it's something I didn't mention with him, but it is something I'll mention with you, because he's a rogue, and I assume he probably just used acrobatics to get over it. But for you, you don't have 10 feet of run up to get to that point and jump, so I need you to make an athletics check.
Okay.
You didn't make it. You stepped on the stone, and it seems to cause the passageway to open up. Make a dexterity saving throw. Really good. All right, and I'll roll my 3d6. Ah, shit. Okay, so 6 halved is 3. 3 points of fire damage.
I'm still standing.
As this huge just gout of flame just... And then it seems to be triggered and no longer active.
Do I get my brains in that flash of light down the hallway?
You see a flash of light down the hallway, but it doesn't seem to light into the room. The light doesn't carry around. You can basically see where you were, not where you're going.
That would have been really bad.
Nice try, though. If you want to go back, you would know that that is... it's on fire now, probably.
Nice.
John, if you're continuing to try and get to the stairs, I need you to make a perception check.
Did I feel myself make it around the corner the first time?
Yes.
Okay, then I know it's a straight shot to the south wall, so hand out, I will be moving till I get that. And I know the stairs are about 15 feet on my left once I hit that wall.
Yeah, and that's what the perception check is for, was to see how far you go. You got a 9? Okay, make me a... Make me a dexterity saving throw.
18.
And since you're a bit confident, you kind of moved at speed, kind of moving a little bit faster, think you can get there, and it kind of caught up to you in the darkness. You kind of hit the wall. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. Would have been 2 if you failed. Can't roll for crap on d6s tonight. But yeah, you kind of smashed into the stone at the end. But you know you're at the end, so all you have to do is turn left and go up the steps. All right, Fonzie, death saving throw.
You got this, Fonzie.
That's 3. You are stabilized. You are no
Nice.
longer dying. Steve, you are on top of him.
I scoop him up, throw him over my shoulder. Shouldn't be too much of a problem because I'm a pretty big guy.
Don't go over the pet thing with him.
What? Why not? I should be strong enough to run
Because
and jump it.
if you trigger, well, first of all, I'm in the next space, and if you trigger it, I'm down too.
No, just do it. This is going to be great.
Can I make a pro tip suggestion?
Sure.
I'd say just kind of not using a full action, like shift Fonzie over to the corner and cure wounds on him, and then turn and face against the things. If they knock you down, then hopefully your friends will save you. But if you stay there and block, maybe you won't die. There's a naked child in your background.
Oh boy.
He's not fully naked. He's wearing shorts. Still weird. Anyway.
Anyway.
That's my pro
I'll
suggestion.
throw him there. I'll think of your voice as the
voice of
Lion
Atavius.
Hands of Atavius.
Yeah.
Just fucking thinking.
Just be more protective is basically what you need to start focusing on. How can I best defend these idiots?
I don't know, man. So far, they've had to keep picking my dumbass up.
Yeah.
But yeah, cure wounds.
Okay. Roll out D8.
But you're making space for us to fight, so you're doing a decent job in that part.
Yeah. You're playing a tank. So 6. Back on you, Fonzie. Alright. The Dragon Guardians, now seeing that there's a bottleneck, are unable to kind of move into a space to attack both at the same time. So one will step in to engage, the other will be behind him, almost if they were in warrant ready to come. And you see that the third one, the one that was turned a while ago, is now kind of coming out of its shell. One attack against you. This is the one with the shield. Swing and a miss. Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, roll me a 20-sided dice. Okay, so you manage to, when the sword comes in, it catches against the shield and you kind of cause it to rotate towards the wall and slam your shield's edge into the blade. As it kind of tries to withdraw its hand, the sword stays and you kind of just shuffle the sword back and away from you. He's now disarmed. He has a shield, but he's disarmed.
Nice.
Technique.
Ithel.
Ithil is going to quaff a healing potion.
Okay. And as a freebie, go ahead and make a perception check.
Awesome. Sheets, hold on.
You are really, really not seeing a lot tonight, are you?
I'm having a hard time.
All right, speaking of perception checks, John, go ahead and make one.
So it's...
I will be moving more cautiously at this point.
Because steps.
Yeah, getting up the stairs and then just going back for the entrance. 7.
You basically spend this whole turn looking for the steps, trying to find them, to just get up them, and at the end of it, you finally find the first step. Famsi. You are on the ground. It looks like you've been slid from your last position, and you're kind of waking up behind Isaac, who's got his shield blocking a blade and pushing it aside. The sword kind of lands near where you're laying. Chris Chody.
I'm sorry, my turn.
Yeah, okay.
I ask my paladin friend, what are we doing here? Are we fighting or are we leaving?
Bit of column A, bit of column B, it looks like.
All right, well, as he's answering, I'm going to go ahead and throw a firebolt at the one right in front of him.
Okay. Hold on a second here. Just bear with me for a second. All right, yeah, that'll work. Wait, you're shooting at the one in front? Yeah, that'll miss, actually. By 2. It's got the shield. Okay. Do me a favor and just make a perception check there, Jody.
He wants us to see something so bad.
Nah.
I haven't passed a roll tonight, man. I'm not doing it.
Okay. Well, I'm giving you advantage on this one. It's pretty simple because
Yeah.
it's dungeon related. The trap that got depressed, the stone didn't set back up. The pressure plate is still descended, so it looks like the trap is spent.
Okay.
And then the other thing I want to note for you is these things don't appear to be moving very fast, so they probably have really shitty dexterity saving throws. Hint, hint. Nudge, nudge. Use
Yes,
spells
yes.
that do that.
Yes.
I don't
So,
have
so you
it.
said that it's not. I do. So you're saying that the trap is not set up again.
It does not seem that the trap's plate reascended. It's down.
Okay, great.
Okay. Steve, you got this guy's sword. I mean, he's disarmed.
Oh, good. So I guess I don't know about the pressure plate. I was gonna say, like, are we gonna try to like lure these guys onto the pressure plate? Is like that what we're trying to do? Like get them flamethrowered? Like we can get behind it? Because doesn't it extends to like here, right?
Even
Yeah.
further, I think.
It extends down the hall entirely, yeah.
Oh Jesus. Okay, never mind.
But from the looks of it, if you were to move, you're pretty sure that they would be next in line, so they would come in next, leaving Fomsy defenseless.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna keep brawling until I come up with a better idea.
Do you want to go offensive or defensive?
Defense.
Yeah, I'll go take the dodge action.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look over my shoulder and just say, "You gotta think of something, Master Fonzie. Nope, I don't know how much longer I can hold."
So what happens is the two kind of seem to catch on to an old bit of lore that they had in the past, and they move with like a bit of martial grace. The one in front of you like kind of tries to bat at you with his shield. Make an athletics check. So he tries to catch you and shove you down. You recognize this as like an old Vazriel A10 technique to knock somebody off of their feet and kind of get them into like a position where you can be trampled. He backs away. Because you did not fall, you can take an opportunity attack.
Yes.
Not good enough.
It's a miss. And he switches positions with the two-hander. The two-hander comes in and swings, and as he's coming in, you kind of swing wide, you raise back in and catch him with your shield and block his sword. The other one behind just kind of seems to be standing, waiting in line to get in on that, killing an Atavius ballad in action. Ithel, yeah.
Ithel notices that the trap is not set. She kind of tries to nimbly jump over.
Did Fomsy tell you?
Didn't Fomsy tell me?
Yeah, sure. We'll go.
Did he?
I would be saying whatever I find out.
The
man.
trap doesn't work. The trap doesn't work. Come across.
And then I would want to occupy the space of Fomsy momentarily
Mm-hmm.
and do Sacred Flame.
Okay. I rolled a 0 on my dexterity saving throw.
And I rolled a whole big 3 on my damage.
All right, but it seems to be doubly effective.
And I will step back 1 square.
Jun, perception check.
This will be hands and knees crawling up the stairs.
Oh, I know. Yep.
21.
Yeah, you make it about halfway up. Pretty sure next turn you'll be up on the balcony. All right. Fomsy. You don't have any single or first level spell slots remaining?
No, sir. I've used them all.
That's a damn shame.
Yep. So since I saw that guy blocked it, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot at the guy behind him, I guess.
Okay, well, they switch positions. The guy without the shield is now in front.
Oh, well then I'm gonna shoot that one.
Yep. That'll miss still, yeah. Steve,
Can't hit anything tonight, man.
holding the line,
Holding the line.
dodging still, or
Yeah, keep dodging. 'Cause I don't really afford to take a hit.
Sorry.
what's up, Jody?
Go ahead. I missed my turn. Go ahead.
All right. It'll go to them. Miss with dodge, and they do switch positions. So take another opportunity attack. This one against the non-shielded one. That'll hit.
So
And
11.
That'll
I hate these guys.
that'll potentially kill. Hold on a second. It's not radiant or anything, so con saving throw. Yeah, that kills.
Nice.
I hate these guys. They're minions of Olympus Raw or something. That guy, bad guy that I hate.
Ithel, step in, shooty shoot.
Sacred Flame. A little better.
Failure. Okay, I'll take that damage. Again, it seems to be doubly effective.
This is a plan.
All right, Jun, perception check. Yeah, you're at the top. You're at the top. You've got your footing, and you seem to have made it a little bit further on away. Fonzie.
I will try to shoot again.
Sure. And it's a miss. All right, Steve. This one looks like it's pretty well damaged.
Oh, let's get him. Not taking the dodge action could be a risk. Wait, so which two are the still on? The one with the shield and the one with the two-hander?
The one in front of you is the one with the shield with no weapon. Actually, he wouldn't have stepped forward. No. The one that's wounded is actually backing away, the one with the shield. The one that just moved up is fresh.
He's completely fresh, right? Yeah, I can't take that risk. I'm just going to hope they keep dancing and giving me free shots, so dodge.
Okay. Good deal. It'll swing. The one without a weapon starts kind of fumbling on the ground looking for one of the swords of the dead ones. This one's two-hander. That'll hit for 2 damage. I rolled a 1.
Oh, so good.
And it'll go to Ithel. Step in, shooty shoot.
Deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, so -8. All right. Hating it. Jun, one more perception check. At this point, you've made it all the way to the far corner on the top end. You can actually see the light coming in from the well, so you're able to kind of see just a little bit dim light, very little, of the passageway that you're walking in. You know that the traps have already been opened up, and the rock trap, it requires weight for it to descend, so you're just going to casually walk that way next turn. Or if you want to dash, you can, which you can get through the hallway, all of the hallway in one jump. We'll decide on next turn. Fonzie.
Same thing.
Roll better than a 5. Thank you.
You got that damage.
Man. All right, Steve. This one looks real wounded.
All right, I'm gonna take a risk. Gotta risk it, and that's a sad time because I'm probably gonna die.
Okay. How'd you do?
Sorry. I got a 13 unless I had advantage, and then I would have crit.
No, you.
But I do not.
And does anybody have inspiration so far, or no?
Hold on.
Like 8 inspiration?
No.
Yeah. And
I'm trying to
inspiration.
do Wald as hard as I can, but I haven't gotten any.
Mm-hmm. All right, that'll miss. It'll go to them. Just the one. It looks like the one that's kneeling on the ground finally found a sword. This guy comes in, swing and a miss. I just need over an 18. I need to roll a 13 or better, and I can rock it out. Well, actually, it's worse than that. I need to roll a 15 or better. Ithel, go for it.
Feeling it. Oh, come on!
Failure and 2 damage. All right, Jun. Like I said, if you want to, you can dash this turn and be at the well, or if you want to just walk casually, next turn you'll be at the well.
No, I'm just going to book and get to the well. The plan is to just get up the stairs outside of this and then take a hiding point and watch the door.
Okay, so you get to the well. All right. Once you kind of get there and can no longer hear the combat, it seems really quiet. And as you kind of approach and kind of catch yourself, kind of sit there for a moment, and you hear something kind of come from below.
I would not be that close to the well, though. I would be hugging the walls.
Fair enough. There's fine. And then Fonzie. You guys down there would also be able to hear the dragon roar. But it seems to be distant from you compared to where he's located.
Come on, Fomsy. We gotta do this
missed
thing.
again.
I know it's so bad. We're having such a hard time.
I can't hit or I get a 1.
Steve.
Oh boy.
Dodge, Steve, dodge.
Dodge.
I look at our tank here and see how he's doing. How does he look?
He looks wounded.
Like-
Not good.
Badly?
Pretty bad, yeah. Like one more.
And even
one more
my
hit
shield
will do it.
even is probably looks like a pincushion right now, and
For
probably pretty
my
scorched
movement
among other
action,
things.
I'm gonna pull my
You have your potion
my
out and you're holding
potion, yeah, out, and I'm gonna offer it to him.
it. Okay. Well, if you take the object, you can have it, but it's going to be an action to quaff it, Steve. So it's either get hit points or dodge. What you doing?
Well, I still have my own potion, but I guess I'll.
You don't have to take it. I'm just reaching it out and giving it to you.
I'm letting you know
Like-
I've already rolled the attacks and I'm waiting on the edge of my seat. Are you
No,
dodging?
I'm just gonna. I'm dodging. I have.
You have chose wisely, and we'll move on to Ithel. Step in, Sacred
Oh,
Flame.
thank goodness. I'm gonna do the same thing. I gotta get better than a 1,
I
though.
rolled a 21 and a 4, and I rolled an 18 and an 8. If you had not, and those were the order that they were rolled. So,
Wow.
failure. That'll kill.
Yes! We're gonna do this.
There is one remaining with no
Slow and steady.
with a weapon. Sorry, he got up last turn, and he now has his shield and his sword. Jun, you hear the dragon roar. You still heading out?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'd be able to make it to the bottom of the steps this turn. All right. Fonzie?
Even dashing, that's as far as I get.
Yeah. 60 feet. You got to move around it. Fonzie, hit something, please.
I'll put the potion back in my pouch or whatever and shooty. And still miss.
Fomsy looks so sad.
Steve, the one that has the shield and the
hit
sword does look really wounded, though.
Dodge.
And there is a literal pile of undead in front of you. You're not even sure
Dodge.
you or he can get into that square without a bit of climbing. There are 3 dead bodies stacked in front of you.
Well, then I better dodge.
All right. And if you want, also what I'll allow is if you want, you can kind of use the bodies as cover.
Oh, that's so good.
Hell
Like
yeah.
a double dodge.
All right. He is going to step in, but he's, again, stepping kind of partially onto the corpses and kind of attacking over them at you. So you have +2 AC because you're using the bodies as a shield. And swing. Swing and a miss. Roll a d20. Okay. Still more than or less than 15. So he swings the sword down, and you kind of like hit it with the shield, like at an angle, so it kind of cascades down into the body and gets stuck. And then you kind of step up with it, putting your foot on top of the blade. And when he pulls his hand away, he is sans another sword. He doesn't seem to be able to hold on to his swords at all. Ithel.
Excellent. But he still has a shield?
He still has a shield.
Okay, same deal.
Sacred Flame. That will not do it.
Come on!
Jun, you are going to make it about halfway up the 100-foot ascent. So you are halfway up to the top.
Okay.
And Bomsy.
All day long.
Let's just get...
Don't worry, he doesn't have a weapon now, so I don't have to be as scared.
yeah.
All right.
Kick his weapon away.
Steve,
I just kill him.
you step
13.
in, you hit him, and you drop him low. All right.
Nice.
And we'll go ahead and move to non-initiative format. Jun, you make it out of the hold, and when you do so, you hear the dragon's roar again. But what you see next, as you kind of look towards the hole, is strange. You see standing up on the altar way is this man, this fucking guy. He looks old and venerable, and he has a great axe in his hand, and he's kind of looking down into the hold, and he looks like he's just ready. Just
Our
ready.
buddy.
And then you see the dragon rise up, hit the blades. A bit of blood kind of flecks out from it as it hits the rope. Making my roll. It takes the rope structure with it. Its wings kind of batting up and pushing down hard enough for it to fly straight up. It seems to have the ropes on it for a second, just annoyed, and its eyes kind of look towards this man who's like, "Bring it!" And then that is where
Make a second roll. It was double pitted.
Yeah, it was at disadvantage, actually, is how I ruled that. So, yeah, I rolled a 19 and a 26, and the DC for what I was setting that to be would be an 18. I already ruled all that stuff. Don't worry about it. But yeah, that is where we'll end the session. There's this strange, venerable fighter. Looks like he's facing off against this dragon, and it looks like the ropes did do some damage to the dragon, but it doesn't look like they did too much. But there's a dragon skyborn, probably about 30 feet up in the air now. All right, that's where I'll end the session.
Wow.
Cleared it up.
Whoa.
No spells. Badly injured. What will our heroes do?
Take a nap.
Fight a dragon.